fun loving and we're doing the game and do this and whatever. I had to be a bit more like this, and you know, I'm more so down here, you know, with the sarcasm and stuff.
If you're up for a good laugh, be sure to check out my comics on Instagram at J-Man's Comic Book Adventures.
Alright guys, London Lad Lost in Asia, and this is going to be a quick video about why I chose to be an English teacher in China. Why I chose to be an English teacher in China as an artist. First off, I'm a big weeb. I love anime, I love manga, I love Japan. I had a thing for Japanese women back in London, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. But basically, I wanted to be in Japan. I really wanted to be in Japan. I was like, "Whoa, Japan, great." But I saw the options, and the JET program looked pretty good, looked pretty legit, but it was kind of a lottery to get in. And then I looked around other countries like Korea and China, and at the time I wasn't in the best financial position. So I looked around and I was like, "Oh, China pays a lot, Korea pays a lot, and China pays very good." And I was like, "Wow. What if I spent a year in China and, you know, save some money, and then I could go to Japan afterwards?" Now, I happened to move to China in February 2019 is when I moved to China. Now, a year later, if you look at February 2020, that was pretty much the peak of the coronavirus here, because it started in sort of January and then it moved on over to February, and then we got the virus that happened, right? So that kind of put a wench in a lot of my plans at that time, because I was like, after that I was gonna go back home, but then it was weird. If I went back home, it'll be this weird thing of where at the time people who were going on planes were catching the virus, and back then we didn't know how deadly the virus was. So in my mind, and talking to my mom and other people, it was like, stay in China for a bit longer until this stuff cools down. And then I ended up staying for a lot longer. It's now been 3.5 years being in China, and also, to be honest, my financial situation wasn't completely solid either. I didn't save as much money and stuff either. So I was like, let me just stay in China for a bit more, but extended to this long period of time. But specifically why I chose to be an English teacher was 2 reasons, right? One of them was, of course, like, I'm not gonna lie, the money is pretty solid here. It's pretty good. You can save up a lot of money here because you're getting paid, like, my initial salary was like around about £2,100 per month. But when I think about it, back then my rent was £200. So you do the math, you can save a lot of money here if you're not being stupid and being a degenerate like I was, like a lot of partying and stuff. You can potentially save a lot of money here. And that was my initial job. My other jobs, my salary has actually gone up quite significantly. I think it not doubled, but it's definitely gone up like 60-70% since then, that first job. So saving money was it, but also it was because when I wanted to go down this path, I actually went to Poland for a month to teach kids, just because I wanted to try it. I wanted to travel, and there was this program called Angloville where you could go for a month to Poland and kind of explore it while teaching. And I loved teaching those kids. They were really cool. They were really awesome. I was like, wow, teaching's so fun. So I figured out, like, I might as well come here and teach as well, because I had so much fun there. My first job here was actually teaching adults, and teaching adults is really cool because you can actually speak with them and have conversations with them about like life and stuff. And they all work in different industries, so you get to learn about the different industries that they work in. And some of them will invite you to hang out, because these are like private. It's not like a school, it's like a private training school. So some of them will invite you to hang out and stuff like that. So teaching adults was really fun. And I could be I could be my sarcastic self, you know. I could be a total downer and they would find it completely funny. Whereas as I transitioned after that first year to public school for a bit, for 2 or 3 months, and then going to kindergarten for the last 2 years, I realized I could not be a complete sarcastic twit all the time, because the kids would not understand that. Like eventually after 9 months, they would kind of understand, oh wow, Teacher Joe is being sarcastic because he's in a Santa outfit and it looks weird, and he's being told downer because, you know, it's kind of weird me being in a Santa outfit, and they'll laugh at it and get it. But that took like 9 months of probing. Or it took quite a few months of probing for them to understand, like, yeah, this is not 9 months, 6 months, because Christmas and the school term, whatever. But yeah, my point is that I had to totally change when I was teaching kids. I had to be a bit more fun loving, and we're doing the game and do this and whatever. I had to be a bit more like this, and you know, I'm more so down here, you know, with the sarcasm and stuff. And that's why I made this comic. This comic was really symbolic of how I felt about those kids, you know, really symbolic of that, because I think it's just funny, to be honest, that they're kind of like, we're playing rock, paper, scissors. It's like rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And then they're like, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And they're kind of like, oh man, a drill, I've got a drill, which is quite funny. That's why I made that comic. And I also made a comic where it's like me sleeping and I'm next to my girlfriend, and I'm like, I had a nightmare. And then it's the kids, they would always do this thing where they'll be like, Dad, you're my dad. So it's like them jumping on top of me and then like saying Dad, and then I'm scared. But yeah, that's the reason why I started teaching money, and because teaching's kind of fun. And also the big thing also as an artist, why it benefited me as well, is because the holidays, whenever there's a holiday, like now, I have more time to work on my art. I have more time to do this YouTube stuff. There's a lot, massive periods of time where we have months or a month or two off, where I can actually grind and do business related stuff like that, which is so beneficial. Like that added benefit of that just makes things so much more worthwhile. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you later. Bye. Oh, I ended the video well. Wow.